on Salvage Hunters. Drew and T win an exclusive invitation to the estate of a tech tycoon with an incredible private collection.
These are called medley windows, and what they used to do in the Reformation, they'd bury them in the ground to save them.
I'm a bit in awe at your level of knowledge on those, because...
I'm a total nerd.
Before heading out on a whistle-stop tour of the ancient county of Staffordshire in a vintage Rolls-Royce.
It's like being driven round in a massive Chesterfield.
We can value your seats for you if you like.
At a house clearance in Wolverhampton, Drew uncovers a piece of nostalgic artwork.
My grandfather, he was in the RAF in the Second World War. So it's just something that I just really quite like. So it's just got loads of feeling to it.
It's all systems go when Drew finds a 70-year-old go-kart, which will be right at home on the county's rolling hills.
And away you go down the mountain, like.
Steady, steady.
And the boys get all fired up at the heart of the British ceramics industry.
Whoa! Oh my God, look at this. Wow, I didn't expect that.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh my word. What on earth have they been doing in here? Oh yeah, that's beautiful. What a thing.
He's on a hunt for weird and wonderful objects.
My God, this is rare. He's a jolly chap, isn't he?
He is.
In his search for treasure,
Wow, this is Indiana Jones stuff, isn't it? Oh, it's just so good.
he bargains hard.
It's a 500 quid gamble, or I'm walking away from it.
And there's nothing he won't buy.
100 quid would do the deal.
Man, I'll have it.
With help from Rebecca
If you compare it to the ones that Drew bought, they're virtually identical.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. Drew loves nothing more than a country house.
They are remarkable. Lovely. If they hit the open market, they would cause quite a stir.
A factory visit
Oh, look at that one. Oh, blimey. Heavier than you think. Oh!
and some healthy bartering with a dealer.
How much is it?
140.
How much?
140.
Okay.
You're smiling.
I was thinking, really?
And today, in the county of Staffordshire, he's got it all, starting with a rather special manor house.
We are off to meet today, T, a real-life billionaire. The guy is called John Caldwell.
Right.
He's quite well known. He started Phones for You, and he has restored a huge house over the last 3 decades, Broughton Hall.
Shouldn't we be selling things to him instead of the other way around?
Ideally, yes. He started a charity called Caldwell Children, and he's asked us to come in and see if there's anything we can buy off him to raise money for the charity. Have you ever met a billionaire before?
No.
Do you think if they'd tell you if they were? No.
I think some of them happily...
Some of them would, yeah.
It'd be like little old ladies telling you how old they are. You know, I'm 82, you know. I've got 8.4 billion, you know.
The pioneer industrial county of Staffordshire is a gold mine of collectibles. It was built on a rich heritage of coal mining and metal manufacturing. But it was the production of ceramics from the early 1700s that brought it global recognition. Drawing on its natural resources of clay, some of the world's finest ceramics, like Wedgwood, Royal Doulton, and Spode, have been produced here over the last 300 years. Nestled within the county, close to Stoke-on-Trent, is Broughton Hall, a 50-room timber-framed black and white mansion built in 1637 for Sir Thomas Broughton, and to this day, one of the most impressive of its kind in the country. Drew and T are being shown around by the current owner, one of Staffordshire's most successful sons, John Caldwell.
I bought the house 28 years ago. It was a Franciscan convent with 50 nuns living here. It's not the size of this property that impresses me. It's the heritage and the beauty and the historic value. And really, I'm just a custodian of it for the future. Today is about potentially raising money for Caldwell Children and also the fascination of dealing with Drew to see what sort of items capture his interest and, of course, whether he's prepared to pay the right money for them.
John, how you
to
doing?
meet you.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
We couldn't miss the house.
No, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it's lovely. Thanks for having us. Can we have a look inside?
Yeah, pleasure.
Thank you. Wow, look at this. So, how much of this was still here, or was this all covered up thing, isn't
No,
it?
actually, it was like that, but I had to strip everything down to bare wood before treating it again to bring the richness up.
I
and
see.
that's nowhere more evident than in the Great Hall here.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah. Some of these beams were just sort of white, you know, not almost as if they'd been emulsion because of the dust that had been
Really?
trapped over the ages.
Today, we are the guests of John Caldwell, and that's a name I should imagine a few of you will know who he is. Worked very, very hard to create a business called Phones for You. Just that simple thing now that we all take for granted, mobile phone. I remember looking at it going, I can do a lot with that. John thought so too. And John has systematically and carefully restored the house. And when somebody like John Caldwell rings you and says, I've got some bits I want to sell, you go, quickly.
And the stained glass windows, you've got some ancient ones
beautiful.
in there.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Some of them could be medieval, 15th, 16th century, some of the pieces
Are
in
they?
there. Yeah, for sure. These are called medley windows. These have come from a much earlier building, and what they used to do in the Reformation, they'd bury them in the ground to save them, and then they'd make what was left up from it. And this is what you've got here.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm a bit in awe at your, your level of knowledge on those because...
I'm a total nerd. Seriously,
to me,
I could bore
to me
people
it's
for
just
Christmas
a beautiful
to...
stained glass window, you know.
It's fantastic, John. Can we see some more of it?
Sure.
With a house like this and with a guy like John, I want to spend some time. Let's have a good look around the house. Just relax. I don't want to walk in, so, hey, hi, John, how much is that? You know, hey, John, nice to meet you. Can I buy the chair? Doesn't work. It's a beautiful house to have a look at. Let's take our time.
Let's go to the long gallery now.
So is this main staircase or back staircase?
This is main
stair?
staircase, yeah.
Staircase.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah.
Just look at the oak.
Oh, look at the carving. Look at the carving. Look at that. That's a stylized dolphin. And then look at the size of the bird next to the boat. So that's been a religious scene of some sort. This is telling people a story. They can't read. They have to talk to them in symbolism, in stories, and show it to them. And this is so beautifully done. And to have so much of it. It is historically important to the nation.
Is it?
It really is. I mean, this is unbelievable. I think this is my favourite room so far. And running around the ceiling is this incredible carved frieze. The scenes depicted on them and the way they are depicted is so naive, so graphic, and so beautiful that they just take my breath away. If that panel there came on the market and they said 1550 to 1650, somewhere around there, that's going to cost you, just that one piece there, £5,000 to £7,000, just for that piece. And that's probably the least important piece out of the lot.
So there'd been a medieval you.
Yeah.
Wandering around going...
Yeah.
Would you give them the 2 pigs for the panels on the end?
Two pigs and a
chicken.
And a chicken and a bag of beans for the one on the end.
Is that a deal then?
Deal. This is one of those little gems in a country house that just gets me out of bed in the morning. Obviously, I can't buy them. I would do, given a split second, but they're up on that wall and I hope they stay there forever. Very exciting. Right, so what have we got in here?
Well, that table.
Oh, right, OK.
That could go.
It's not my style, but it's certainly very attractive. It's an amalgamation of earlier pieces and later pieces.
Oh, really?
So
Which is the earlier bits?
Well, it tells you everything about it underneath. These are probably 16th into 17th century. And then you've got this frieze here. This is 19th century. And then the top's fairly new. So the top's been put on. As an original piece, this would be a really, really valuable. But it isn't an original. It's just a nice decorative table.
Robust yet elegant, this large refectory table has been constructed in sections across the ages. Straightforward in design, it is crafted from oak, featuring bulb-turned legs and deeply carved ornate friezes around the top. Having been preserved in near-perfect condition by John, it's in need of minimal restoration and could be worth around £2,000.
What do you want for it? Because it's not really my type of thing, but I'm prepared to have a look at anything. And obviously, the money's going towards a charity, I believe.
We help children with any illness whatsoever.
OK.
And the only issue for their application is that they can't get the help anywhere else. And we help up to yet 65,000 kids over the last 20 years. So you need to bid about 20,000 on this, because that'll change children's lives.
You've just made my life really difficult. And then John hits me with his charity. He wants me to buy the table because he wants to spend that money on doing good. So I'm over a barrel here. What do you want?
I want to raise as much money as I can. What are you prepared to do to help?
1,500 quid.
Make it £2,000.
Drew Pritchard is on a buying trip in Staffordshire, where he's been invited into the home of one of the county's wealthiest philanthropists, John Caldwell.
Wow, look at this. Oh, that's really nice.
And in the Jacobean Mansion's Grand Hall, Drew's got his work cut out, bargaining for an oak refectory table.
1,500 quid.
Make it £2,000.
OK, deal.
Well, that's one on the cards.
Am I going to not give 500 quid to some children who desperately need it? Of course we are.
What are we on to next? Oh, the settle here.
Oh, right, OK. I thought that was part of the fittings.
I don't know whether it was or not. I think it might have been, but I just thought I ought to just thin the house down a little bit.
Really?
But you're now giving me second thoughts by being surprised that I'm prepared to sell it. And I'm pretty certain you think that's all very old and original.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say, 1700s?
I think it's earlier than that.
Earlier, 16?
Yeah. This is earlier than the furniture that I normally deal with. This is very, very specialist. I think the majority of it is original carving on it and turning.
Given that it's not in your remit, and given that you've now made me think twice about whether I want to sell it, should we just...
Can I be honest with you? It should stay here.
Yeah.
And it's worth more in the building.
In the building, yeah. Let's leave that then.
Yeah. Really good. This is what you want. Lots of nice original period carving. I could buy it off him. I can give him 4,000 quid for it. Might even give him a bit more. It's that good. And that's for a settle. Should it stay here? Yes. It's where it should be. So leave it well alone.
And here we go down to the cellars. I've got lots of redundant stuff in the cellars that
Good.
that has been built up over the years.
Oh, well, that's well organised, isn't it?
Very neat.
Usually it's not as well organised as this, you know. Big old house, massive cellar complex underneath it, really tidy as soon as we get down here. Damn, they have to be. It helps when they're a mess. When stuff's just been chucked down here year in, year out, that's what I'm really looking for. I think these are all too new.
This isn't, is it? Or is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, is
yes. It's decent enough quality. It's all cast and machine, but no, it's sort of fairly new stuff. OK, no, nothing in it. Next room.
I thought this was my little Aladdin's cave for you.
Well, no, no.
Not, obviously not.
No, it's when you see the real sort of junk, then it tends to be mine.
Oh.
Nevertheless, we have a wander around, and one thing does catch my eye. We walk round the corner, and next to an old wash sink, big kitchen prep table, is this scrub top pine, pitch pine, plank top work table. Be really long, big drawers out here. Big, heavy drawers, both ends. Square tapering leg, incredibly simple manufacture. Battered to hell, but honest as the day is long. That's how you want to buy them. I want something with heart and soul, and that table has got it. Was that something you want to get rid of, John?
Yeah, sure, yeah. It's never done any job for me over the years. I think the nuns probably used it.
Yeah, it's a work table.
This 1860s pitch pine kitchen prep table most likely originated in Scotland. Deep drawers and cast iron handles, topped with a scrubbed pine plank, make for a sturdy and timeless piece with broad appeal. It's in need of some sympathetic restoration work, but once completed, could be worth around £900.
300.
500.
Do you want to meet in the middle?
Yeah.
I'll give you £400 for it. The table, a very strong bid at 300 quid, and end up, because of the charity, paying 4. OK, that's fine. My restorer, he'll have to put an end. There's an end being cut off it. The drawers need new rails underneath, and the top has split and come apart. So we'll get our money back, and we've done a good thing for charity.
Before calling it a day, some shiny wheels have caught Drew's eye, and they hail from just over the Staffordshire border in Derby.
Oh, now you're talking, John. Well, if you're going to get one, you might as well get the very best.
This, to me, is the most beautiful car in the world.
You've had the reg personalised especially for me as well. That's so
What?
nice. That's a lovely touch.
It's not a gift, is it, John?
No.
Wow. This is when you bought your car for life.
Well, they just sold them as chassis and engine, didn't they? They just sold them as the engineering, and you did with them what you wanted.
What a thing. I can't afford this one, John. The Rolls-Royce, one of the finest cars ever made, one of the most important cars ever made, one of the most beautifully engineered cars ever made. John's is a incredible example, restored to an inch of its life. Every screw, every nut and every bolt is perfection itself.
What about a spin in the rolls?
Yes, please. You jump in, T?
Yeah, obviously in the back. I could get used to this. Drive on.
Beautiful. Oh, that's so smooth. You have to imagine this is over 110 years old.
It's like being driven round in a massive Chesterfield.
Yeah, we can value your seats for you if you like.
Get that handbrake on.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Thank you very
Drew?
much.
Door?
I'll do the door for you. Sorry, Mr. T.
From the rod.
Yeah, have a think about what you've done. Thank you very much. Thanks for that, John. That was fantastic.
We're going to do something slightly less grand now and load the van, if you don't mind. Is that all right? Yeah. A spectacular day with John. We get to see some great houses. We really do. And this is one of them. It's a fabulous building. We went from serving tables to medieval stained glass to Rolls Royces. I mean, it's a pretty good day.
A very, very good day. Some of the things that Drew told me about this house were really eye-opening. And that was the fascination of today, actually, that Drew was able to cast history and information about some of the features within the house. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Drew. And,
no, thank you. Yeah.
Had fun today, and I learned a lot from you. Thank you.
Cool. We had a great time. Thank you, John.
Fantastic.
Pleasure.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thanks,
See you.
guys. Bye.
Oh, not quite a Rolls Royce, but there you go. What can I say? John Caldwell. The reality is we've met an honest-to-goodness philanthropist doing the very best thing you can do if you've got a load of money, to create something from nothing, make billions, and then give it away. That's exceptional. That's out of the ordinary.
The following day, Drew has lined up a visit a few miles south, on the outskirts of Wolverhampton, with a new contact who has been restoring and collecting furniture from all over Staffordshire and further afield over the last 4 decades.
We're going to see a gentleman called Peter Rowden.
Right.
He's proper old school, and he's done a bit of collecting over the years.
Okay.
He's retiring, I think, from what I can gather.
OK, well, old dealers always worth going to look at, particularly if they've been doing a bit of restoration.
Yeah.
There's always stuff in the back they've bought to restore and just haven't got round to it.
Yeah.
I'm very keen to see this one.
Historically situated in the county of Staffordshire, Wolverhampton is believed to have been named in 985 AD, after a powerful 10th century Saxon noblewoman named Lady Wulfruna. By the time Queen Victoria visited nearly 900 years later to unveil a statue of Prince Albert, Wolverhampton had become a major industrial centre, generating immense wealth and contributing to Britain's worldwide reputation for industrial dominance. In the northwest of the city, local boy Peter Rowden has continued the tradition of artisanship, restoring antiques with a bit of dealing thrown in.
Well, we started in the front room. Our job mainly was stripping doors, stripping furniture, because people thought, oh, I don't like my dark oak chest of drawers, and we changed the colour of it for them. Well, after 40 years now, we collected stuff and bought stuff, sold it, and restored it, and I'm 75 in the next birthday, and we just thought, right, we want to retire. Oh, I'm really looking forward to Drew. You know, a bit of banter, and it's a couple of months now since I sold a bit of junk, a bit of antiques to someone, you know.
Rowden Antique Restorations, this is the place.
Ring bell.
Ring bell.
Pull rope. Pull rope.
Oh, there you go.
Drew.
Peter, how you doing? T.
All right. How you doing? How you keeping?
Come on in.
Right, so you got some stuff for sale?
Yes, follow me.
So you're out of the business from the house?
Yes, we started in 1982,
OK.
repairing tables, chairs, bits and pieces.
Expectations today, it smells good. Worked in the antiques trade, been in the house a very long time. That's exactly the sort of place you want to go. Long-term ownership, bit of knowledge of the business. Oh, hello.
This is the
stripping tank.
This is the old stripping tank.
Yeah, I know about these.
Yeah.
I used to have to stand in it.
Yeah, I've got some stuff around here,
OK.
if you're interested. Water fountain.
Yeah, too new for me.
Too new, that.
Yeah.
There.
That would be
Yeah.
of interest.
I've only got one, unfortunately.
If I'm buying something for the garden, I want something exceptional. There's one urn strikes me immediately. It is a 3-part campana bodied urn, heavily cast, probably by the Andrew Handyside foundry of Derby, made around late 1860s, early 1870s, I think. A very finely cast urn. There's one bit of damage on there. That's it. A cracker, a really good one.
It's highly likely that this urn was made in the neighbouring county of Derbyshire at the Handyside foundry. In the 19th century, the name Handyside was synonymous with quality, with its ironworkers famed for their artistry, producing everything from railway bridges to decorative garden ornaments such as this urn. With elegant detailing and depicting a classical scene, stripped back, it could be worth around £900.
All right, what do you want for that?
I was thinking about £475.
Drew and T are on a trip around Staffordshire in the heart of Britain in search of some spoils.
Stripping
This
tank.
is the old stripping tank.
Yeah, I know about these. I used to have to stand in it.
And at the home of a veteran dealer and restorer, Drew's got his eye on an ornate Victorian garden urn, which he thinks could have been produced just across the Staffordshire border.
All right, what do you want for that?
I was thinking about £475.
A little bit of damage to the edge.
Yes.
But it does have that 2-part.
£450.
Sold.
Good lad.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Peter's no mug. He knows what it's worth. It needs work. It's caked in paint, which we will have to dry scrape back. But stripped back, looking good, looking really nicely done, it's nearly £1,000. So happy days.
Garden done, it's time for Drew and T to head inside for a nose around the main house.
Through here?
Yep.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. These are 1941 of the Express newspapers.
Are these the originals?
Yeah.
Pilots taking a lesson fighting from a crow and a seagull.
Yeah.
These are very good.
Yeah. Grimes.
Didn't Grimes used to do newspaper?
Yes, that's who he is.
Where did you get them from?
I found them 30, 40 years ago in a house clearance in Birmingham. These were in a bag in the garden.
Well, they certainly look original. If you notice, these have all got this black line around them. They're all signed in the same place. They've all got a tagline to them.
Right.
So those are for the
you know what?
newspapers.
I
This wasn't.
flipping
This is
never noticed
just.
that.
This is just a completely different one that doesn't fit in with the rest. What do you want for them?
What about £450 each?
They are really accomplished, but one of them is striking to me, and it's a number of RAF guys, suited and booted, in their flying jackets, ready to go up into the plane, and they're all gazing up at a seagull and a crow fighting. I do recognise quality when I see it, and that drawing is beautiful.
In 1927, aged 28, Leslie Grimes became the artist and political cartoonist at The Star, London's leading evening newspaper at the time. Having served in the Royal Flying Corps during the First World War, Grimes's skillful charcoal sketch may be a comment on the training available to RAF fighter pilots at the beginning of World War II. Perfectly preserved after rescue by Peter, it could be worth around £700.
My grandfather, he was in the RAF in the Second World War, so it's just something that I just really quite like. It's just got loads of feeling to it. What would I be happy to pay for that? 300.
You got a deal.
I think that's fair.
Yes, I think so too.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very
think
much
it's
for
really
buying it.
rather well. Well, do you know what? Thank you for digging it out, because it would have been thrown away.
Yes, it would have been.
I really like it, and I know it's very, very good, and it speaks to me. So for that reason alone, I want that in my life. It's a wonderful thing. If nothing else comes out of today, buying that thing was worth me getting out of bed.
Do you know what that is? Have you ever seen one before?
No.
Right. It's a grass toboggan. It was made, I think, by Geisen, who did the bloody Hoovers, and he made wheelbarrows with an orange ball on. And it's like riding a bike. It's got brakes, steering wheel. Oh, God.
Right, steady, steady.
Hold it there. And away you go down the mountain, like. And a bit of fun.
Where did you get it from?
I can't remember. It's 22 years ago, at least.
I really like it. With the name attached to it, right?
Yeah.
It gives it a better value, but I can't prove it. Stood in
Neither
the
can
shed
I.
in Wolverhampton, and nor
I
can
was
you.
only
Can you?
told that.
Unless it's got Dyson stamped on it somewhere. Have you looked?
I could write Dyson on it if you want, if that helps the position.
Not really.
No, I don't know. Is there any marks or names on it? It's a bit unusual, no.
Do you know it's one of those things you have in the garage, and you know, you have a few drinks and you go, I've got something. It's one of those, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Hold me
It's,
beer.
Yeah, hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah.
And then straight to casualty.
Yes.
Yeah. Peter pulls out something really quite wonderful and bizarre and lethal looking. He called it a grass toboggan. I suppose that's what it is, because there's no way of moving it unless you're rolling down a hill. It's highly original, and stuff like this really collectible to people like me, people who like old bikes, cars, you know, scooters, motorbikes. That's right up there. It's such an odd piece.
In 1974, a young inventor, James Dyson, redesigned the traditional wheelbarrow, replacing the wheel with a virtually indestructible polythene ball. His ball barrow's light and maneuverable design might well have been picked up by Morris Vulcan Limited, a children's toy and pedal car specialist since the 1950s, and the plastic wheel added to their downhill racer, a limited edition ride-on toy. After restoration, this unusual ride could fetch around £700.
I've never bought one of those before. What do you want for it?
100 quid.
Sold.
That's it. That makes my day happy.
Well, I think it's bloody marvellous. I think it's one of the best things I've bought in ages.
And I forgot
I think
all
it's
about
great.
it.
Now you leave this till last.
I did. Here, Andrew, bugger off.
All day long I'm buying that. If nothing else, for just the sheer ridiculousness of it. And I tell you for something for nothing, I bet there's hardly any of those left. I've never seen one anywhere. Should it be in the Design Museum? I don't know. Should it be in every casualty ward saying don't go anywhere near it? Yes. Marvellous. Right, load up. That's find of the month, that one. It's not often you get such a varied mix of things. We've got something from, say, the last quarter of the 19th century for your garden. We've got a piece of Second World War period art and a bizarre children's toy. Not every day is a massive payday, but whoever you meet and wherever you go and whatever you buy, you'll learn something every day.
Oh, it's been very nice having Drew round today and rummaging around, you know. I really enjoyed every minute of it.
Meeting Peter was fun. I always call it the nuts and bolts. Everything starts with a house clearance. I don't think a more varied quantity of things you could ever think of. If you had to, right, guess what we were going to find today, and if you got it right, or even within 10%, we'd give you $1 million, right? You couldn't do it, could you?
So anything with balls on you're interested in?
I'm interested in anything with balls on.
The boys' final destination is in Burslem, one of 6 Staffordshire towns that make up the city of Stoke-on-Trent, the historic world capital of ceramics.
We are off to Middleport Pottery. Been here since the 18th century. It's now a working sort of historic museum and real factory. They have 1 or 2 of the original kilns on site as well. But they also have a number of shops on site which they rent out. One of them is an antique shop. There's potteries, there's everything. I'm actually really quite keen to see this today.
So we buying ceramics, or are we going to have a go?
Yeah, well, you know, when in Rome.
Rich local reserves of both coal and clay supplied potteries in Staffordshire from the early 17th century. But it was local boy Josiah Wedgwood, whose pioneering glazes and innovative marketing won him an international reputation and fans, including the Empress Catherine of Russia, who ordered a 952-piece dinner service from him. By the 18th century, the city of Stoke-on-Trent had become the centre of the British pottery industry. And today, Middleport Pottery is the last continuously operating pottery in the area. Now partially a heritage site, its chief executive is Alistair Brooks.
There were thousands of potteries of Stoke-on-Trent in the past. Middleport Pottery, it was opened in 1889 by Burley, the company that still operates here to this day. And I hope that by coming here, Drew will gain a better understanding of the significance of the Staffordshire pottery industry, not just to Stoke's past, but also its present. Welcome to Middleport Pottery.
Thank you very much.
It's a fantastic site.
We were just commenting just how nice the outside of the building is, and the restoration work and conservation you've done is outstanding.
Well, thank you very much.
Really good. Well, should we go and have a look?
Absolutely.
This place has been around for a couple of hundred years, producing wonderful pottery for this country and all around the world. There's original signage, original cobbles on the floor. It's very authentic and a joy to see. So this is the bottle oven.
This is the bottle kiln. Through here, it's one of the last 27 surviving bottle kilns in Stoke-on-Trent. There were 4,000 at Stoke's pottery producing peak. And in each kiln, you'll see the saggers. That's the technical name for the objects that the pottery to be fired were put into. And you could have up to 2,000 saggers in a bottle kiln of this size at any one time.
How many days? What, 3 days to fire one?
Around that. The firemen, as they were called, who fired the kilns, were highly skilled because they frequently had to judge these things by feel.
Can we have a look?
You absolutely can.
Wow. Man, this is good. Whoa. Oh, my God, look at this. Wow. I didn't expect that.
No.
Look at that. Did they stack them into here?
It shows they just started and just work their way to the door. Get as many in as you can in one go.
I'd have definitely want to work in here. Walking into the bottle kiln, you've got to put yourself in the headspace of the guys who worked in there. So, number one, it's either freezing cold or really hot in there, and you're walking in with these saggers and you stack them up, and they would have been stacked all the way up. Thousands of items of china and pottery in there being fired at the same time. I like this museum because they've left it alone. You know, they haven't cleaned it, they haven't Disneylanded it and ruined it. It's very, very good. That's how millions of pieces were made and exported all the way around the world. And let's be honest, again, when that was made, we were the best at it in the world.
Among the on-site businesses at Middleport Pottery is Inglewood Design, a unique combination of industrial lighting and decorative pieces, curated by Rob Cheadle.
Been here for 18 months, started off making industrial-style lighting. From there, started commissioning period-style lighting, and it just flowed into antiques. I just make it up as I go along. I've always had a bit of a keen eye for interior design. Looking forward to meeting Drew and T. Hopefully he likes what he sees. I'm here to sell stuff, Drew's here to buy stuff. I'm sure we can put some good deals together.
Hello.
Hello.
Rob.
Drew.
How are you? You all right?
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm T.
Hello,
How are you
T.
doing?
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for having us.
This looks fantastic.
It does.
Very much.
This is really good.
I wasn't expecting this from
I
that
was not
side.
expecting this.
Well, that's the kind of reaction I was hoping for, to be honest.
Tell me about it then. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years, a couple of years.
You're joking?
No, that's all I've been doing. I was an engineering technician for a long, long time. Got really tired of the rat race. Just wanted something different, just a lifestyle change.
Where are you getting these lamps from? You said you're an engineer, now guessing you made them.
So that's how it started, really. I just started making bits of industrial lighting. I'd pop them online, they'd sell straight away. I'd make a few more, they'd sell. And to be honest, it was a bit of a gateway to get into Middleport.
I have to say, I've been in 1,000 antique shops all over the world, and this has got a really good feeling to it straight away. It's a rather inspiring little shop. So everything's for sale?
Everything's for sale.
How much is that lamp there?
$195 on the ticket, CMC London.
Lovely.
Absolutely,
Excuse me,
100% original.
That's nice, isn't it?
It's lovely.
I
Really
like
nice.
that. What have you done to it?
Just rewired it, get it looking tidy, and that's it. I try to be as minimal as I can with restoration.
Man after my own heart, yes. Wandering around here, there's obviously lots of lighting that Rob is making himself, but there's one that catches my eye straight away, and it's an industrial task lamp for a desk or a workbench. This one's the most basic end of these usually over-engineered lamps. This one is under-engineered. That's part of its charm, but what it does have is the original heavyweight cast iron base, marked CMC as well. Just in the right sort of condition, very happy with it, looks the part.
150 is the very best on the lamp.
150, are you sure?
Yeah.
Drew Pritchard is in Staffordshire, visiting a 19th century factory in the world capital of ceramics, Stoke-on-Trent.
Whoa, oh my God, look at this. Wow, I didn't expect that.
And looking around one of the retail units here, Drew's fallen for an industrial desk light.
150 is the very best on the lamp.
150, are you sure?
Yeah.
For the green lamp?
150 for the green lamp.
Look, and art glass as well.
Yeah.
I love this stuff. These are great. I really like that. That's a belter. £44 sold. Not even going to knock it, it's just... Look at that. £34.
30 quid.
Lovely, sold. Oh, yes.
Just those lines.
36, isn't it lovely?
30 quid.
30 quid sold.
Drew's just bought this collection of coloured glass vases. Although their origin is unknown, Staffordshire has held a strong glassmaking tradition since the Middle Ages. And after the arrival of continental glassmakers in the 1560s, the county was established as one of the main areas of glassmaking in the UK. Preserved in perfect condition, these vases could be worth around £300.
I just like to buy what I like, and I really love English, simple, mid-century coloured glass in all forms. You get all that joy and all that wonder and beauty and handmade for no money. Did you do that?
That's what happens when you buy incomplete domino sets.
That's really good.
That was my mother's idea.
Keep doing that. Well done, Mum. Like your painting.
Very nicely done.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a painting of some sunflowers. You know, there's a very famous painting of some sunflowers. It's not that one. But it's got that same sort of fun factor to it. Light, airy, bright, perfect for the corner of a room. But what interests me more is Rob's take on putting a shop together, where he's got the harshness of industrial antiques softened by things like that painting and the coloured glass. It's a very good mix. 160 quid. Well, what can you do me a bit of a deal?
OK, so...
There's a little stool down the back there I quite like the look of as well. That has just got a really nice, deep dish top on it. This is original, not been cut down. Half decent patina. Somebody's gone over it with a bit of rubbish over the top of it. Nice bit of period vandalism. What are you asking for that? 120 quid, right. Looked into the corner there and there's a little sort of dished button seat, industrial stool with a wrought iron stretcher on it. A couple of things set it apart. The seat's thicker than normal. The dish in it is deeper than normal and it's in nice condition, and I like it's got some cut marks where somebody's been sat on it with a hacksaw cutting something. I like that. 80 quid. Well then.
Push another tenner out of you?
Yeah, £90.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sold. What else was there?
Painting.
120?
Sure. Sold. Thank you very much. Painting's 120 quid. In the shop, give the frame a little bit of a fettle, 180 quid. So there's 60 quid in it after tax. It's not a lot of money. Again, doesn't matter. I like it. I love it. Somebody else will. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to go and have a look next door. So we'll come back, pick all this stuff up.
Sounds good to me.
Mate, thank you.
Cheers.
No problem
Wonderful.
at all.
See you in a bit.
Thank you. See you guys.
You sort of don't expect to have a little antique shop in the middle of a beautiful old pottery like this, but it's turned out to be better than I thought. And that's always great when you see somebody's really making an effort and doing something a little bit different.
After a satisfying spree with Rob, Drew and T have a chance to take part in the area's great tradition, under the tutelage of caster Dave Jones.
Right, hiya, Dave.
Hiya.
How you doing?
All right,
then.
thanks.
So what are you going to show us today?
We couldn't let you come up here without having a little go This is clay dug from the ground, starts off as dirt. When we've mixed it all up and it's purified, it goes to the name of slip.
Slip, yeah.
So that basically is liquid clay. We can let you pour the moulds.
We can do that.
How
much you put in?
Just steady. You've got to fill in right to the very top, please. Faster, faster. That's the ticket, please. Now, slow up a bit now, as you'll get all there at the top. And then when you empty that, that'll come out. Do you want to feel that? Just how
long does that take?
20 minutes, half an hour, and after that, it'll be that dry to get out.
Right. Then you fire it?
Is that when you fire it?
Well, after that, if you leave it overnight, it's going to go, because all the moisture's gone, it's going to be that hard. Then we go to the firing to biscuit.
OK.
Then it's glazed, back in the kiln, and with a bit of luck, we end up with something like that.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've just told you the basics.
I like the fact you can say fire it to biscuit on a regular basis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Worth it just for that.
Yeah.
And that's Christmas present sorted.
Christmas present sorted, yeah. Not for me.
You know what you're getting now.
Yeah.
But before they leave Middleport Pottery, there's just time for Drew and T to go front of house to meet expert ceramic artist Tracy Bentley to make one last deal.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you doing? Right, so
All
these
right.
are...
Old moulds.
Old moulds.
Yeah, saved from the skip.
These were going to the skip?
Yeah. People don't value it that much for the older stuff, and yet it's history, they should do.
They should do. Well, we
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So...
This is a pub scene of old men drinking in the pub.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
We've never seen that before.
No, yeah.
These plaster of Paris moulds, known as blocks and cases, are replicas of a discontinued but unique vessel, originally hand-designed by a master potter in the late 1800s and beyond. Sold as a set, they would make for eye-catching table centerpieces and could be worth around £120.
What do you want for them?
The cost of getting a mould produced from scratch is like £1,000, but these are just production moulds,
yes,
which probably cost about £20 to £30 to get made.
They're tricky.
Yeah.
So if I gave you sort of 25 quid each for them, that would be where I'm at, really.
That's fine.
Would that be all right? All right, great. Well, we'll take those two, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
Marvellous, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Today's been really good. Being able to see this much history so intact and still working is really enriching for everybody involved. It's just got a charm to it, a naivety, and it takes you back to a much simpler time straight away.
It's been wonderful to have Drew and T here today. They seem to have had a real feel for how important the pottery industry was to Stoke-on-Trent in the past and indeed in the present.
Well, that was good. I enjoyed that. Going into the kiln was an experience, something I've not done before, likely to again. So, no, I like that.
Yeah,
I think the more you know your history, the better dealer you become. The more you read, the more you look at things, the more experiences you have. All in all, it's been a really good week. 3 incredibly different locations. Middleport in Stoke was a joy, to be perfectly honest with you. That was really just stepping back 200 years, right there. We went to Peter Rowden and bought a fabulous Handyside urn and the weirdest go-kart you've ever seen, and we met a billionaire. A real-life, genuine, self-made billionaire. It's been a very, very mixed week, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's what the antiques trade is. It's different every single day.